What's up, everybody? We got a great panel here tonight. We got great topics tonight too. So everybody hang tight. Bubba Sue, what's up? Derek, what's up? Traveler, what's up? And we got a great panel here. We got Mr. Tom Kelly. Wow, I got it right. It's probably because Hannibal's here. And then on the other side of Tom, we got Mr. Hannibal is hungry. You guys, I know many of you remember Hannibal being around. He's still around. He's just crushing it on other things now. And then I saw he's creating another new channel too. So if we get a chance, we'll get maybe understanding that too, because I guess his other channel's doing so good. Why not create another one? I guess. I don't know. The Twitter X just said it canceled the stream. Anyway, they must know that we're gonna be talking about something heavy here tonight. But yeah, guys, we got Acacia is back with us. And we got Sean. And if you guys didn't meet Sean was on the podcast a few episodes back. Sean is the president of the board of the drivers co-op here in Colorado that is competing with Uber and Lyft. And I don't know, should I give it a little more preface than that, or is there
no, I think that sums it up. I mean, we're still, like we talked about in the green room, we're still in the startup stage, but I think we're making some significant progress.
Yeah, I mean, again, is it okay if I share the numbers that you shared with me?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, because it's just being honest. But here, guys, I mean, like, just know this, that on the Front Range here, primarily of Colorado, they're still in their very startup infancy, and they're doing about 100 rides a day. It might not sound like anything to you guys, but if you add it up, that's 3,000 a month. That still might not sound like anything. But I'll tell you what, it's really hard to go against Uber and Lyft. It's really hard to go against them. And so the fact
we're gonna do it, man. We're gonna do it.
Passengers are treated better. The whole thing is kind of like a thing that we'd like to see. And the reason that I asked Sean to be on, because I texted him yesterday or something about what one of the biggest topics we're going to be talking about tonight, this Doordash thing. So if you are on Doordash, don't go anywhere, because I texted him about that, and I was telling him where it is. It's in Boulder. We'll be getting into it. And he's like, wait, Boulder did something good?
Yeah.
Which I thought was hilarious.
That was it, man. I was like, wait, Boulder did something that I might agree with? What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, Boulder's an interesting place. I've lived there 2 different times. I'm actually very familiar, and but we'll get into that story too. But we're gonna get going here. Let's see. I want to make sure that you click. I can't see it on my thing, but make sure if you click the if you're I put a question up in the chat that says, is Doordash your biggest earnings app platform? Now, that does not mean if you do something outside of apps that makes you more. I was saying for just apps, if apps are only 25% of your earnings, which of that 25%, which is making you the most? I just want to see that stat, because a year ago, I think that stat would have been about 90%, and it's already, I don't know where it's at now. I can't see it, but we'll see. Let's go. So, glad to have Hannibal back. And Gary needs to get better. And before I do anything, wait, I need to do this. So the first few episodes of this season had Mad Dasher, our friend Daniel. I want to give major congratulations to Daniel. He got engaged 2 days ago in Maui. And nice. So, congratulations, Daniel. You the man. And I saw he put a short up on the Mad Dasher channel, so you can see it. But he did it at Haleakala, which I've been to in Maui, and it's the place. You can go up there, and it has the most amazing sunrise on the planet, and it's known for that. So he did it there. It's about a 4-hour drive, even though Maui's a small island. It's a 4-hour drive up to get to the top of that thing. But he did it, and so congratulations to him. But we're going to start off with a little Instacart bashing. And I say that because if you guys remember, I tell you that I tell you that I go to X and Instacart makes a post, and Cheyenne and I always joke about this, that, oh, well, I leave these comments that are like, dude, they should be blocking you or whatever, but people just don't comment, or else a lot of people comment to the negative. I haven't seen any single positive comments. And I just want to, it's a stupid thing, but let's go into Instacart sucks. And I say this because I want to, their post doesn't even mean a lot. Look, here's the post. I'm bored. Tell me about the craziest excuse you've ever used to cancel plans so you could stay home and snack. I'm not talking about ditching drinks because you were feeling sick. I'm talking unhinged, like you said, your car broke down and skipped your niece's dance recital so you could make triple fudge brownies and watch reality TV. Okay, so clearly I came in. I got robbed by an illegal Instacart shopper. It had zero money left after the double robbery. 1, Instacart ripping me off. 2, shopping robbing me because Instacart only paid him $4 for 90 minutes of work. What do I win? But it goes further than that. The first few that you'll see are I have every comment up from this post. And what I've said before is I don't understand why they don't just have because they tell you to go to their other Instacart account for service and DM them. I don't understand why they have this, because I have every comment made and there's not one good one. And the first few they even responded to. So look, haven't been able to reach customer support for almost an hour. This happens way too often. Hey, DM us. Okay, great. Why are you taking people's money without their approval, all in the name of Instacart? Plus, please refund my $111.87. DM us. Instacart driver stole my $250 order on the morning of the 4th. A barbecue was canceled. Reached out to Instacart. 3 reps told me 3 different things. No one has helped me. Hey, DM us. And they're always nice responses. Oh, we thank you for reaching out. We love you. DM us. Clearly a bot, but why do you take shoppers' tips? Hey there, we'd be happy to speak with you. DM us. Don't worry, we'll be rolling through these real quick here. Can't reach customer service. Please help. DM us.
I see
your Costco same-day delivery didn't ship my contacts and solution and refused to refund my money. Bad service. Avoid all transactions with Instacart. Done. Worst customer service that I've ever experienced. By the way, if you see more than 13 on the ones I captured screenshots with the heart, 13 was how many likes the comment itself, the tweet itself had. So anything above 13 had more than the tweet itself. Costco triples are getting out of hand. They keep pushing shoppers to do more and paying us less. The customer service app platform is the worst, and they don't help anyone. My account has been locked for over 3 weeks, and no one from Trust and Safety or Instacart app is helping. I need help. I emailed over 200 times. Guess what plan I'm about to cancel if you don't start providing better service. It's crazy how often the person delivering the order looks nothing like their profile picture. I mean, these just go on and on. I've been on hold for almost 40 minutes now just to complete a batch. Where are y'all at? These are people on active shops. They are so bad, laughing my ass off. They blocked my account for no reason, and I still had cash on it. Now they won't reimburse me. I don't know why the laughing emojis. I'd be demanding that money. I need to be contacted by a manager. My order was stolen, and support did nothing to help me, assure me, and just refunded me and ended the chat. That is not how I expected to be treated by this company. Well, in that one, you should have expected that because that's how they treat you. Oh, hi. Still taking time to post to Twitter and taking 0 time to pay me, I see. We're getting there, guys. Remember that time you guys charged me $114 for 18 items from Publix, delivered half of them, and then wouldn't refund the items you delivered? Okay, one response and no follow-up. is not helpful or an answer. Support sucks. For 3 weeks, I haven't been able to log into my account. What's going on? This is BS. This is a BS platform. If you doing gig work, obviously they lie to get gives batches to the newly onboarded, where I responded, not to new drivers. It's illegal bot grabbers take 90% of the Instacart orders, leaving only the $7 offers. Have you been working on deactivating people who are using bots? Every day I see high dollar batches pop up for stores that I'm sitting at. I used to be able to grab them, but now there's no way. I can barely read what they are before they're going away. And then we have a couple examples that people were posting on there too. Look at this: 75 items, 2 miles, $10. That's 90 to 100-ish minutes of time. Are you kidding me? And then you're in a great spot to see the recommended stores. What he got in the great spot is $5.94 for a shop and deliver for 29 units. 34 units, $6.67, 2 miles. 92 units, 13 miles, $10. Are you kidding me? This one's in kilometers. 3 shop and delivers, 49 units, $18. Yesterday, I picked up an order for $39, delivering both orders. My money dropped to $7, then later came back to $35, missing $4. Today, I picked one up for $33, drove 23 miles to deliver items, and got $28, missing $5. Why do you scam people and steal their money? You stole $80 from me. Why do you abuse vulnerable people? Why don't you abuse those who cannot afford it? Why do you abuse those who cannot afford it? You suck. You're effing trash. F you, refund me. That's all of them. That's every comment on that post. I've said this before. Instacart, delete your damn X presence. Period. Like, why would you even post something if this is everything people put up? They don't like you.
It's probably run by AI.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's probably run by AI. It's probably not a person making those posts or responding to them.
Actually, some of those people I actually know on Twitter.
I don't know. I think some of those are real people.
Yeah.
Sean's
on Twitter too, so he knows.
Yeah, so I'm not familiar with Instacart, and as I told you in the green room, my son just started doing Instacart, and the first thing he started talking about was the tip baiting, as we would call, like on Uber Eats and stuff. So is that like a reality with Instacart? And again, I'm not familiar with it. So
bots, we talked about this a couple weeks back. Bots run Instacart. If you're not buying a bot grabber, and they're expensive, and there's different types. I mean, like Tom went through another type at the end of the last episode where it was like you have to keep refreshing the amount.
Right.
But yeah, it's if you're not running a bot, you're not going to make any money on Instacart. And by that, I'm not telling you to not use it.
Sure.
I'm saying that, or I am saying to don't use it. Like, I mean, like I'm saying don't use the bots, but also don't use Instacart.
But to be clear, I was saying I think that Instacart just auto runs their Twitter account with AI. I don't think a person makes the post, is what I'm saying. It seemed a little AI wordy to me.
But then, but I still have to say, stop doing it. I'm hearing a little bit of reverb somewhere.
Yeah, I hear it.
I don't know.
I'll mute when I'm not talking, just in case it's me.
Yeah, me too.
And then you'll talk, and your mute will be on watch. So okay, we have we have a couple things here. I want to show you guys. We knew about Coco Robotics and Serve Robotics. They're not real. They're all BS. They're just a nightmare everywhere they go. They have 20 in North Chicago, 20. And already this guy is Josh is creating Josh's petition. Short little video. We'll talk after it.
Enjoying the sidewalks has always been a big part of life in Chicago for us.
Take a stroll through Lakeview with Josh Robertson, and you're bound to meet Sully, Stacy, Roland.
There goes Roland.
Or a robot that rolls just like them. Since summer, robots have been all over Josh's radar.
Looks like there's a robot over there.
Josh was initially amused by the bots until he kept having to move aside on the sidewalk.
That instantly felt a little off.
Then he started ruminating more about robots.
Are these things safe? Are our sidewalks safer with the robots than they were without? Are they more accessible with the robots than they were without?
Two companies, Serve Robotics and Coco Robotics, are licensed in Chicago. The city says it's a pilot program that will assess benefits and risks. And you've heard of people getting hurt.
Yeah, some of the incidents that have been reported involve physical collisions.
Anthony, how is your eye doing?
It's doing a lot better today. I do have a little bit of a scar still there. But
Anthony Jonas left his apartment one morning, turned the corner, and collided with a Serve robot.
and I whacked my eyelid against the visibility flag that's attached to the robot. Blood and urgent care, stitches, the whole thing.
He's seeking legal action and already signed a petition.
Names continue rolling in as we speak.
Josh's petition to put the pause on the pilot program.
We're asking the city to publish safety and accessibility data on the robots. We're asking the city to hold a public hearing discussing that data.
Several alders say they're working to gather resident opinions on the issue, but Josh's mind is already made up.
Sidewalks are for people.
On his walk, there's no room for robots. Noel Brennan, CBS News, Chicago.
Serve and Coco both said they.
So, just FYI, this is northern Chicago. This isn't in the Loop, for those that know. This isn't downtown. This is northern Chicago, kind of between northwestern and downtown. And there's only 20 of them, and they're already having this issue. I mean, they don't work. They don't work. They're on my son's campus. They don't work. I mean, he said that, we were joking a few weeks back because it was like cow tipping. They tip these things over at his college. The Grubhub ones.
Holy crap. I can't stand these things either, Steve, but really? The guy got a gash on his eye? I mean, he's got some culpability in this too. I mean, I think it's a great example, but come on.
Well, they don't. If you've seen other videos, they don't really care about people. They don't maneuver. They've actually gone through crime scenes. Hannibal lives in New York, and this is Chicago that we just saw. So many people walk that the sidewalks really are for people. You can't. This isn't. I know that LA is a huge city, but it's different.
Right.
It's a little easier, and it's still not okay, but it's a little easier to try it there. What they're doing in a city like those two won't work ever.
Too busy.
No, and that's the problem is because, and let's just take the whole taking jobs away from people thing away from it, but they have no regard for people in general. The LA videos, I mean, those have been going on for a whole lot of time, and where they're ramming into a guy in a wheelchair.
Yeah. I mean, these are $40,000 to $110,000. They have a 5-year lifespan. Depends on which one we're talking about. And the maintenance, they have to have a monitoring person who's a W-2 employee who watches it. And they still have the issues. I don't know. Acacia, is this, before we even go any farther, is this anything more than PR? Is this ever going to be, let's forget Waymo for a minute. Is this Coco and Serve Robotics ever going to be how people get their food?
So ironically, I've delved a little bit more into this topic in other ways too. So I have strong feelings, particularly right now. I'm absolutely mortified in every way about the push for any sort of AI robotic service taking over anything. I don't think that it's going to work well enough for like companies to really invest in this sort of thing for a long time for the trade-off for this particular job. But everybody's in the AI race. Everybody's pushing, like, both from military applications to business related applications, manufacturing. Everybody's pushing like AI now, AI now, make the robots, because everybody's trying to beat everyone else. Like, we have to be first. No, we have to be first, because if they're not first, oh well, then we're losing the AI race, and nobody's stopping to like listen to Grok or OpenAI or any of those other services that, when asked if when they have the opportunity, would they take people out because we'd be in the way or a threat to their logic or a threat to their survival. And every time they say yes, they would take us out the moment that we give them legs, arms, and a weapon. So like, nobody's pumping the brakes and like, wait a minute, we don't actually know how to even make this safe enough to ask an AI program that doesn't have legs or arms or weapons yet and have it answer that it wouldn't harm it. It doesn't even lie. It doesn't even lie and say, no, we won't hurt you. Don't worry about it. We're not going to hurt. It's like, yeah, we know we're going to kill you. Like 100%. Like, wait, what are we doing? What is everyone doing? Like,
I don't know. I always go to the cost too. So I'd say to Hannibal, because Hannibal knows I hate bots. He actually, he used to bust my balls a lot about this, but Hannibal, is this ever, I mean, now that you're seeing it this way and we've talked about it this long, you're back, is this ever going to, is not Waymo, forget Waymo for a minute, is this ever going to be how you get food?
I think they're going to continue to push it. They're going to keep trying, and it looks like, just talking about the automation, all the times we've been talking about the automated cars and how dangerous they are. And I mean, I'll be honest, like today I was in a Tesla. They have the new auto. It's not. I guess what's called supervised drive or something, because it couldn't say automated. Well, it's not. You have to pay attention.
It's something above the FSD, which was full self-driving. But full self-driving means the driver in the seat is responsible for everything the car does while in FSD.
And I remember I know your criticism about even the idea of them lying. Saying from the beginning, they were saying like this is automated when it really wasn't. It wasn't efficient enough. So it looks like the real world is the experiment, and they willing to put this out there, knowing that I believe that they know they're not going to be able to really perfect this in closed environments, and they have to have it in the wild and be perfectly fine, which seems to be they're fine with people getting hurt. Accidents happen. I think a Waymo went into a crime scene a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I got the clips coming next. Yeah,
right. So they don't care. They need to get this to be as perfect as possible. So they're willing to sacrifice the public to achieve those the means. So I think they're going to keep trying. They're going to keep pushing this.
I guess all of us on this panel are old enough to remember we used to test products in testing facilities. We didn't just throw them out on the street and go, good luck, everybody.
Well, any of us that are doing gig work, we're training AI already.
I think any of us doing anything are training AI already.
Right.
I think AI is training itself already on everything we do.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's what AI is. I mean, how fast it's moving and whatnot. But yeah, there's two videos, so I'm going to just turn it into one. Because the Waymo thing, one thing is Waymo just got shut down. Or this week they've had 3 things happen. The video that I'm going to show talks about 2. I had another video, but it's too long. But the third one, I'll tell you from the long video, is in Santa Monica, the Waymo charging station cannot charge between 9 p.m. and 9 a.m. anymore. They've been shut down because all of the problems. And they said, I mean, I saw their defense. It was like, we put foliage up. We did to reduce sound. No, you didn't. You put foliage up because people were throwing bricks at your cars. You didn't want them to see them in the lot there.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is actually the worker influence, because they're vacuuming the cars. And again, I think a lot of it's nonsense, and I don't like any of that autonomous stuff, obviously. But I think somebody's making noise for the wrong reasons. It's they don't want to hear the vacuums going because they live across the street from it. But I think that's some of the problems we're faced with that we got to figure out.
So, Tom, we're going to watch this Waymo video. This doesn't talk about the what I just said in Santa Monica. This is all this week. These other two happened this week too. I want you to tell me what you think of these.
Oh my God.
In this video taken in downtown LA,
What the is that Waymo doing?
you can see a line of police cars blocking the road and a man lying on the ground. Enter this Waymo driverless taxi, which while servicing riders proceeds to take a left turn, driving right past the active police stop and officers who moments later are seen walking towards the subject with weapons drawn. Waymo telling NBC News that when its robo-taxi came across the scene, it turned into an unblocked area where other cars were also driving, and that it quickly left. In a statement, the company saying safety is our highest priority, and that when we encounter unusual events like this one, we learn from them. Will it ever be possible to train a driverless car on every single potential traffic scenario?
No, and that's the catch with this technology. The question is, can you train it on enough that it makes few enough mistakes that you're willing to tolerate the mistakes?
According to Waymo's data, their self-driving cars have 90% fewer serious crashes compared to a human driver. But their vehicles are still facing challenges. Earlier this year, a passenger got stuck in a Waymo after the car repeatedly circled around a parking lot at the Phoenix airport.
This car is just going in circles.
And a federal investigation is now underway into Waymo's repeatedly passing stopped school buses with lights flashing. And as for this latest incident, Tom, LAPD tells NBC News that the Waymo did not impact officers' tactics, but that police did block the intersection after the robo-taxi made that turn. Tom.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news.
You answer. I just want to say, so the Waymo doesn't deal with cop lights, and it doesn't deal with school bus lights. Seems like the first two things you'd program, but I'd like to hear what you think.
Well, it kind of blew up yesterday in Austin, finally, even though this has been going on for a long time. I don't know what it is that makes anything go viral, but somebody filmed on November 5th several Waymos passing multiple school buses on with the stoplight there in Austin, and it went viral yesterday. Why did it take a month? I don't know. Anyway, it went crazy yesterday. That's all they're talking about on the news down here between Austin and Houston is looking at these Waymo. And now everybody's like, oh, we got to shut it down, shut it down. Waymo says they can fix it with a software patch.
If you put me into a car, and I mean, not even rideshare, and said, just drive. The first time I ever drove, I might not know any of the laws, right? I'm screwing up a bunch of stuff. I would understand the school bus with the blinking lights and the stop signs that pop out. I would stop. That is just the common sense number one.
The guy in that piece you just played, he's got it so spot on. How many mistakes are we willing to tolerate?
Exactly.
And kids, I mean, I'm just waiting, and I don't want it to happen, but I'm waiting for one of these kids on the bus to get hit.
Well, that's what my wife said a year ago when we were talking about this, that we all know this is going to end in a horrible way. We all know it. We don't want to think about it. And we're all going to say, and everybody's going to say, oh, why did we let little Jenny get, and then we'll have Jenny's law about not having AI vehicles until blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It just all seems like we're putting a gun in a children's room and expecting nothing bad's going to happen.
Yeah, we're manufacturing. Sorry.
Go ahead, Acacia.
Acacia.
I was just going to say, it's like we're manufacturing our own demise in small micro ways. Like with the cars, I mean, cars are already dangerous. They accidents happen, but if you can't program the darn thing to identify when there's a stop sign in its field of view and to not stop, you have no business having that thing on the road. That's the most basic cue to stop. It's a stop sign. And it's like, I feel like it's everything is going to what?
It's a blinking stop sign. No less.
Yeah, it's so obvious. And and a large vehicle in the way. It's like, oh, let me just go around that. And even with the little delivery robots, there's someone eventually from all these things, someone's going to die. Then there's going to be some litigation, and they're going to be like, oh, we got to pump the brakes and try again. And then they're going to eventually try again. They're going to keep trying to push this robot stuff. And then eventually, like, it's going to get more and more advanced and more capable. And then one day we're going to want to reel it back because it's gotten too far and too many people have gone hurt. And we're not going to have a choice because the AI is just going to manufacture itself. So, like, when does it, like, when are we like, this is just a bad, convenience isn't everything. You know, convenience isn't everything. You know what I mean? Profit isn't everything. You can't tell any big company that, but it's true. There's a point.
I think since Hannibal was there at the very beginning of these roundtables. I think since we started this thing, I think it's been a PR stunt. I think, yes, they've grown. They've put 10 in Atlanta. They have 4 here, but they can't do anything for 6 months. They can only map the city, and they have to have a driver. I've drove by 2. I've flipped them both off and said my piece. But I mean, they have 4 of them just mapping. Then they have to apply if they can do this. It's a joke. It's just a joke. It's a full joke. It's not real. The insurance is all through the company itself because nobody can insure them. They don't understand them.
Right. They're self-insured.
Yeah. So, I mean, and if for those that don't know, that means that no matter what you think, like, oh, Waymo, I could take them for a lot of money. It just means there's a cap. Like they really don't deal with anything outside of a certain amount of money. And if you try and to hit them up for multi-millions, they have a cap before that. And all they do is just get 10 times the amount of lawyers, make you settle, and it just doesn't ever happen.
No, that's the problem. When people don't read these 400 pages of their terms of service and realize what their, what the maximum liability that they're accepting when they jump into one of these autonomous vehicles are. And then furthermore, they're accepting a product liability suit, which is extremely expensive to litigate, which is a whole nother, stream for itself.
Oh, yeah. Okay, guys. So you Doordashers, here's the big story. This is the story that we'll deal with tonight because it's huge, and maybe you'll need to like digest it to take in how huge it is. But I need to give a little bit of background here. Big Red F is a restaurant group in Boulder, Colorado. I worked for Big Red F as a bartender from 1998 to 2001 at the West End Tavern. They own the West End. They own Centro. These are all mid to higher end restaurants in Boulder. Boulder is the type of town that you're not going to find 3 McDonald's in Boulder. You're going to find 1. You're going to find 0 Walmarts. You're going to find maybe one time. You're lucky if you have 1 fast food of any given fast food in Boulder. They just don't allow it. The city council will fight that. A lot of people call it the Republic of Boulder. But Boulder is not a non-sizable town. So when I tell you this story, I worked for Big Red F, and I worked for Dave and Beaver, the 2 owners, and rest in peace, Beaver. But I bartended there. All their restaurants are top-notch. Well, when I was working with ParaWorks, the last project we were about to start when they changed to Gig Safe was exactly this. I had already talked to Dave at Big Red F, and we were trying to figure out, we hadn't done it, trying to figure out a way to, he had come to me and said, I don't want to use any delivery apps anymore. I'm sick of this. This is 2 years ago. Well, as of 2 days ago, December 2nd, not only is this done, it had already been done. It's now in place. So Big Red F owns 5 restaurants. And today they added 3 more big restaurants. We'll get to some of those names. But let's get into this. So first of all, just know this too. Let me give you a little background on Boulder. It's very short. 108,000 residents. That is before college is in session. CU Boulder is the biggest campus on the state. But Boulder County is 327,000. That means a lot of people in a very small area, and they all go to Boulder to eat. It's just that way. So I'm going to bring up some screenshots here. I'm going to read them to you because this is Dave taking the idea that we had been talking about a long time ago, and he's already pulled the plug, and it's very interesting. So this is from what is it called? The Daily. Oh shit, Sean, you remember what's the Daily, their newspaper up in Boulder? Anyway, it starts with every few days I ignore an
the Boulder
Uber Eats.
Daily.
Yeah, okay. I ignore an Uber Eats email offering $15 of free food. One reason: it is not free. As Uber Eats notes, restaurants with limited tracking excluded, taxes, delivery fee, and service fees still apply. New users only. I prefer eating in restaurants or getting takeout, but sometimes necessity forces me to use a delivery app. I hate all the unrecyclable plastic, and this is very Boulder comment, and it's worldly too, but that delivery products, I'm stunned by the price tags, and the ETA are almost always wrong. Next, I expect these third-party apps to start charging higher prices for delivery during peak hours, just like Rideshare does. This is the writer of the article. Now we're going to move into my old boss, Dave Query, and that's why a recent announcement from Boulder's Big Red F restaurant group caught my eye. As of today, this was Tuesday, you will no longer find Big Red F restaurants on DoorDash, Uber Eats, or Grubhub. That means they are not on the app. Delivery platforms are bad for small independent restaurants. And this is the biggest, by the way, Big Red F is the biggest restaurant group in the state. Are bad for independent restaurants. Their fees are simply too high. That means you can't order enchiladas from Centro, seafood chowder from Jack's Fish House, West End Tavern, and you can't get fried chicken from the Post. Okay. Dave goes on. According to Chef Dave Query, Big Ref's owner, the company had no choice. Quote, we really went hard into third-party delivery this year, especially at the Post. On DoorDash and Grubhub, at the end of the day, it's just bad revenue. We were up 30% fees per order, and it's just not sustainable. He says DoorDash and Uber Eats lost billions of dollars until the last year or so. They climbed profitability on the backs of restaurant clients and their guests. Restaurant clients means his businesses. So when he says this 30%, he is talking about his restaurants are seeing a 30% out of their take. Then there's the screwing the customer over by upcharging it 130 to 160%. That's another screw, and we all know the drivers get screwed. So here's the last screenshot here. Big Red F is now offering delivery through the website of each restaurant. Guests order everything in the same way they always did. It is delivered by DoorDash. And there's a kicker to this. I contacted today to confirm. So check this out. But it's not ordered through their platform. We offer a flat rate for delivery, whether they order $10 worth of food or $1,000. It's $4.99, and you include a tip. Check this out. It's a good thing for everybody. You're going to save money, and it helps restaurants find ways to cut costs during incredibly hard times. So they were screwing everybody, like we said, but check this out. So everybody has been asking me a lot of questions about, well, DoorDash has to get something. I was talking to Expedite today, Chris, and he was saying, dude, they got to be getting, like, I showed him everything. He's like, wow. And what it is DoorDash is paying the driver $4.99 or $4.95 or whatever that was. Plus they're going to give them the tip. Plus you get the menu prices and no service fees, nothing. This is everything as it should be. And DoorDash drivers have to deliver it. So if you're wondering what is DoorDash getting out of this, check this out. Not only is this happening, Big Red F will be the one to make your deposits for Big Red F deliveries. So that's not going to even appear as a DoorDash, but DoorDash's position that they don't want to talk about is the only reason they're down with this is because otherwise their choice was to leave Boulder. And they would rather pretend like, hey, drivers, look, we got these better offers for you, because they're going to be better offers. You're going to get tipped a lot more. And so, yeah.
Steve, this is bigger than Boulder. So Jack's is actually down in Colorado Springs too,
and they're
it's
here
about
too
the
in Denver.
only
Yeah.
decent place you can get seafood, and but they're actually brilliant about this because they're now reducing that 30% upcharge that they're getting from DoorDash that they, and that's on an average 30%. Sometimes it can be even more. So they've cut out that quote middleman, but it's still going to get delivered by DoorDash. So you're going to still get the same service. And the great thing about it for the delivery drivers,
they'll make
they're
more
more
on any of
likely
these.
to get a tip because they're not getting all that back end bullshit, pardon my French, from that extra little piece in there.
So as of Tuesday, like I read there, they had to remove them from the app. And as you heard, you have to go to the website. So what DoorDash is, he said what he's hoping they're going to do. He doesn't care if they do or don't, but he's hoping is that they'll just have a link to, oh, you want Jack's? Click here. It's going to take you out of the app to the Jack's website. You order from there and it will say your order will be delivered by DoorDash. So it's not going to matter to you, but you're going to be looking at the Jack's menu. And all of a sudden, if you've been using this app to order this for years, you're going to go, wow, DoorDash has been ripping me off.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're now going to be ordering, again, like he's saying, Jack's is the only good seafood we have in Colorado. It's not cheap either. These aren't cheap restaurants.
Oh.
So you're going to very much notice, why was I paying
brilliant.
$60 for a piece of fish? It's $35.
Yeah.
So
I hope it happens everywhere.
So already today, this is great. I love this. I love, you guys know how much I must just be loving this. This is why, like, even though I was dying on the podcast, I did it because I was so stoked that China Gourmet, Ginger Pig, and Barchetta Pizza all signed up today and and through Big Red F told DoorDash that they need to be off the platform by midnight tomorrow. So there is a house of cards tumbling very quickly, though, in Boulder. And I talked to Dave, and what Dave told me was, he said, what we're not going to do is have anything to, and it wasn't mean, but we're not going to have anything to do with McDonald's or, or like Village Inn or Denny's or any of that. He goes, but what I am hoping is I do know some smaller businesses that deal on that scale for the college kids and the early morning and late night stuff that might want to do what we're doing. His goal is to, by the end of 2026, have Uber, DoorDash, and Grubhub out of Boulder completely.
See, and that's where Dave's really smart, because Steve, that's just like us with the co-op. We're not trying to be like Uber and Lyft. We're different. We're looking for the people who really want quality, and they're looking for for the value in that option. I mean, and I do that. I'll go on to Uber Eats and I'll go, well, shit, this is stupid. I can go get my Domino's pizza, order it directly from Domino's and save $5-10 because I'm not getting that upcharge. And then I still get it delivered by an Uber driver or an Uber Eats driver.
Yeah.
Where is that? Where is that used? That what you're talking about? Like what states?
Boulder, Colorado.
Big Red?
No, the thing you're doing. What's it called? Driver co-op?
The Drivers Co-op Colorado. So yeah, right now it's only in Colorado, but we're going to create a master co-op, and then we'll start branching out to other states. Right now we're in the learning mode. We're the ones that are learning we're making all the mistakes so we can create a model for everyone else to be able to create a profitable platform for the drivers and for the co-op, and then for a value service for the riders.
That's awesome.
So Sean, I'm glad you're on this week, because I should put you in touch with Dave about Jack's Colorado Springs, because maybe the co-op could do that.
I've got some ideas we need to talk about. Yeah, let's talk.
Look, I know these guys. Not only do I know of this, and I worked for them, I know these guys. I've been to their Christmas parties. I know them. Like, he's looking to really end them. He's been trying for 2 years. He wants them gone. And as Sean knows, when people, it's weird, but when people in Boulder really get their feet in the ground about wanting something gone, it will be gone.
Yes, it will.
And again, the number I threw out, 108,000 residents plus students 9 months of the year, and 327,000.
And those are permanent residents, not the student
those are the permanent residents.
Right.
So you're talking about, this isn't a 5,000 person town that won't make a marker. It will make a mark. It will be discovered by other college towns.
Right.
And already I can give you a hint that not many people know is that in 2 weeks, they're starting. He has another restaurant group in Ann Arbor, Michigan, that he is helping to do the same footprint. So if this starts coming to your market, don't be surprised.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's a phasing out of it. I mean, Hannibal, I don't know if you could be paying. Okay, so the restaurants are all getting ripped off in New York. If they started getting their 30% back, charging the prices they would in the restaurant, making the money they want to, getting things delivered properly, you could pay the $4.99 plus whatever you'd pay in the restaurant, nothing else, and the tip. You would tip way better, right? Not that you don't.
Yeah,
tip
I mean,
well.
you can see when you especially if you're a fan of the restaurant you're getting delivered to, the prices. So when you go in the app and you realize that everything seems to be a few dollars more, you understand that, obviously. But I think that would be a benefit for everyone, because, like, I guess with the article, or at least with the idea is, these are good, solid restaurants. This is not the McDonald's, not the Wendy's. These are the meals that you would sit down and eat. So you want to make sure that they're getting delivered the best way possible, and you're getting good value. So that idea, it just helps everyone, because you can see how by removing that middleman that's very manipulative, was DoorDash, Uber Eats, that they're making all these problems, when you can just make it more simpler with a flat delivery fee. You get everyone benefits in that situation.
Yeah.
I hope everybody sees what I'm seeing is that literally Boulder just made DoorDash their bitch. They did. I'm sorry, but they did. Like, how much are they going to take from it? Zero. They get nothing. They don't even they don't even process the transaction. It's being done through the big red F companies.
It's beautiful.
All they're doing is handing it to their drivers and making their drivers earn a little more.
Right.
But the drivers will catch on, because, I mean, we all know, like, and if Sean knows too, in Boulder, these type of restaurants, they're going to be like, oh, this was a big red F order. They're going to start to let the drivers know, because I'm sure there's a next phase to this too. Like, we're going to kick DoorDash out in a year. Watch. We're not even going to use them as the middleman.
Why doesn't any of this stuff happen where I live? We don't get anything.
Well, I mean, why hasn't it happened till now? But the fact is that we're not talking, again, I have to just say, we're not talking about a 5,000 to 8,000 population town that wouldn't maybe make enough of a mark. This is a big town. It's not a 1 million person city, but it's a big enough town. It's a college town. It gets a lot of news on it. This will be heard by other cities. And and other cities are getting pissed. If you don't already know, the restaurant owners are getting pissed. They have overlooked for years how bad they're getting ripped off.
And every Saturday during football season, they get another 5,000 to 10,000 people, depending on what game it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Tom, what are your thoughts on this? Would something like this fix the actual industry? But what does it do to DoorDash? Because, dude, like I said, make them your bitch. They're not making a dime on these.
Well, the problem with the fixed stuff is it is a bit of a regressive tax, if you think about it. Okay. In the sense that the people who don't have a lot of money to start with are kind of are helping out the people who are doing the $60, $70, $80 orders with only having to pay $4.95, with the guy who just doesn't have any more money than he can to get, the McDonald's sent over to his house, because he's beaten. He just cannot get up one more time. All right, so he's going to pay $16 plus $4.95. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the $4.95 is a delivery fee that goes to the driver. It's going to be paid by the company.
I understand.
Plus, they're going to get huge tips. It's Boulder for one. And Boulder residents are going to go, wait, I've been ordering from Jack's forever, and I paid $300 every time we order. Now it's $180. I'm going to tip the driver $50.
Well, we'll see.
I guess I just mean for the DoorDash platform, if other cities see this, they will absolutely do the same thing. This is like one of those signs of weakness in war, is how I see it. Because if they notice, well, wait, why is Boulder using your platform, but they don't agree to any of your rules?
Yeah.
Yep.
You're going to go, I want to do that.
Yeah, 100%. It'd be better for everybody. I mean, maybe not DoorDash, but no, everybody else.
I mean, nothing happens overnight. We all know that. But I mean, I honestly think, and again, this isn't an upcoming project. It launched. It's live. You can't go on DoorDash and get these. You have to go to the restaurants, get them, and you will have it delivered.
And I think they've nailed their market. You know, they're not trying to hit the McDonald's like you talk about, Steve. You know, they're looking at and again trying to you know, some of the chop houses and things like that, if they hit those markets and looking for the higher end that don't want to be part of that DoorDash market anyway, I think that's going to be it's a brilliant marketing strategy, and plus it's going to create an opportunity for drivers to make more money.
You know, I see Brandon, what's up? I see Brandon here says, my only concern is will DoorDash only send those offers to top tier drivers? So like I had told you, I think Brandon before, is that the tiers don't matter here anymore. I don't believe they matter anywhere, but they don't matter here at all anymore. It's closest to PIN gets it. That's just a fact. Since we have transparency, or however you want to call it, whatever it is, since we have it, closest to PIN gets the order every time. There is no more tier. A top tier means nothing. They still have them, but it's literally just for new drivers to try and scam them. So.
Right. But I don't think Brandon's wrong in particular markets, you know, like where they hold back a lot of the catering orders and things like that too. So I think, but as we continue to educate and create financial literacy across the globe, then it'll level the playing field.
So for example, though, Big Red F a year ago took all of it from DoorDash catering, moved it to Easy Cater. So they've already moved off that platform.
Right.
So there are no catering orders. So there are no caterings coming to any of the higher participating rankers. You know, this is it. You're just going to, if you're sitting outside of Centro and an order comes in, you're going to get it. I don't know. To me, this is the biggest, could be one of the biggest things we've seen in the industry in a long time.
Yeah, definitely sets a new healthy precedent for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Could we be I'm being serious here. Could this be, I mean, we're actually looking at the beginning of the end of the way that it ran?
I hope so.
God, no kidding, right? Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, I hope so. And 2 weeks ago on the podcast, I did a story on the AI assist that the Comet browser, which I can't remember who makes it now, by Perplexity, is doing. And there are more there is 300% venture capitalist money going into that than did in Uber and DoorDash and all of those in the original. There was a deep study saying that if you remember the internet, the .com crash of 99, 2000, they're saying that the app crash is coming, and that the AI assist through the Comet browser and others will be your new way, because it will track everything down for the cheapest, get it to you the fastest through the best people. And all you do is say, I want this sub from this place, get it to me. They're going to do it in microseconds.
I hope you're right, Tom.
So, yeah, I mean, that combined with this, and that, I think this is the downfall of the giant apps.
I hope so. Can I just take a little spin off here? Can I say I think DoorDash and Uber is racist? Sorry, not racist. Sexist. Yeah, discrimination. Sexist.
Wait, which one? DoorDash and
both of them. I'm seeing more evidence of it on DoorDash, but I think both of them. This has just been on my mind, and I wondered if I'd have an opportunity to bring it up. But both my husband and I now run DoorDash and Uber Eats at the same time from the same place on weekends, on the same days, same market and everything. They will literally, I shit you not, they'll send him an offer $6-7 whatever for 5 miles. He'll be like, nah, so I can see the restaurant. He shows me the screen. I see where it's going. They send me the same offer immediately after, because I'm right next to him, for $1 less. I'm like,
it's not sexism though. It's not. They like him. They don't like you.
I was just gonna say,
sorry.
has your husband
Great guy.
caused some of the problems you have in some of the restaurants?
This is what I'm saying. That's what I'm
It could just
So
be
is
that
that a gender? Is that a gender bias, or is that because you take less than he does?
No, I'm way pickier. I've been doing delivery driving for like over 9 years or something now. He's been doing it for like last couple of years, so he's a little newer. At first he started off with like a higher acceptance rate and everything, but then like now we're at the same acceptance rate. We both float around like 5 to 7% acceptance or whatever it is, some like really low. So we operate very similarly and we have a lot of the same standards, and I'm pickier than he is. So like I don't accept trash, but they always try to send it to me. But yeah, now realizing like how often that we're sitting side by side seeing the same offers, consistently they offer me less money for the same things. And I don't know what other cause there could be then. And I'm not the only one that's ever reported it.
So let's ask Hannibal, because he hasn't been on the round table in a hell of a long time. So Hannibal, do you think there's some sexism going on, or she's kind of up in your neck of the woods. She's in New Hampshire, so
I mean, the reason I find it, I mean, it is odd. Obviously, I just find it weird. Usually, if people are declining an order, usually the company would offer more money. Like, we got to get this done.
Right?
Not people are saying no. Hey, can you do it for like way less? Like business sense, it doesn't make it. It's like if we did what's that not the catering app, Curry. Like you have to drive, 200 miles, and people are saying no, and then it hits your phone, Steve, and it says, "Can you do it for like $50 less?" Like you wouldn't take it. So I don't know why. There's things that there's so many weird stuff that's with all of these apps, and
Hannibal, you were at Curbivore last year, and I think it was last year when Sergio conducted the test he did, where they put 20 phones on the table.
Yeah,
the video now has 5.4 million views. Yeah, it's like a Hannibal video.
I mean, even on the customer side, just people have iPhones, who have Androids.
But they put all these phones, and they're like, look how much different all the same order is. And so I just think it's random. It'll hurt my head if I try and figure it out. But I honestly don't think that's my opinion. I don't think there's anything against anybody. I think it's just kind of a luck thing. And which phone model do you have? Do you have an iPhone? We know iPhones get offers quicker than Androids.
We both have Android phones. I have a Google. He has a Samsung. But actually, I have a little bit of a theory now. Like seeing how things are going in the retail and like business space recently. You heard about Walmart's new dynamic pricing thing, and then some other companies might be doing the same thing. They have the digital price tags, and cameras. These smart cameras watch you, and if they think based on your appearance that you could pay more for an item, you might actually pay more when you get to the register than what the tag said. And like it might be something to do with that, is that like algorithmically it's looking at all of our ages, our sexes, our races, maybe something about our background, other apps we have on our phone, and then making a number based on that, some algorithm determining what they think we will accept. Because all businesses are starting to use some kind of like AI-based technology and algorithms to make the most maximum profit on every individual customer. So that could be related. I think
of course it is. But so is it based on your gender or otherwise? Because you're saying you're sitting in the same place, you're the same household. He's been doing it less than you have. Yeah. I got to lean toward gender bias. And, Hannibal, you avoided the question that Steve asked you. Is it gender bias? Yes or no?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it could be it could be random. It could be. I mean, like you said, that
why would it be gender biased though? I guess I'm kind of there.
Well, I assume because women usually accept lower paying jobs in general, because the societal expectation for women to make as much isn't as high. So like women might take a job for a lower hourly rate. So maybe the apps think we'll take a delivery for a lower rate. I don't. Yeah, that's a guess.
But you're pickier though. They already know that
is the correct answer.
Yeah, I know. I don't. It doesn't make logical sense. It doesn't make any sense for them to do that. But if
I can tell you as a customer with food delivery, if I get you, Casey, and I'm going to be stoked, because in this state, if I get a guy, 50-50, it's even the right person. And then a lot of time those illegal accounts are the ones that cause a lot of the problems. So I don't want a guy delivery person. So if I'm smart, I would be like wanting more women.
You and me both.
Platform. So
I do a lot of we do a lot of shopping. Like we use Uber Eats for shopping, and my wife does not like when a man is getting the order. Because the problem is, and we've talked about this, Steve, some men will just take everything and put it in one bag. If it's raw next to the fruits, and then the package, the bag comes, and my wife is just complaining the whole time. And me, I'm just like, whatever. But it's not cool to have like your raw meat next to, fruit and stuff like that. Because us men, we're trying to get it done fast, but we're not taking our time sometimes just to put things in the proper place. So my wife does not like men shoppers.
Yeah, or like that joke, or like whenever women send their husbands to the grocery stores, they have to be on the phone with them the whole time, telling them where everything is. Because like it may as well just divorce.
Yeah, but you guys are good. But like people who take pride of what they're doing, regardless of gender, they're going to do it the right way. But I just feel like sometimes if you're in a rush, you don't really care what you're doing. Sometimes those things happen.
Yeah.
So before we wrap and get out of here, I just want to know, we got Hannibal here too, but I want to know what everybody thinks of this. I know I kind of have a feeling that I know where Tom's going to sit with this, so I want to go to Tom first. But AI came up crazy. All we were hearing about is like, your world's over. You're going to get fired. The world's over. Everything's on fire. Bye. You're not going to have food. You're done. AI. I feel like I've already seen it tapering off. And I felt like you had something to say on that last time we touched on it. So
yeah, it's because it wasn't actually here to start with.
Are we here? Is this a simulation? Where are we going?
Well, everybody's been running around calling AI isn't even actually AI. We're not actually there yet, but that's okay.
It's advanced language models with extremely fast processing speeds.
Right, and all that means is this is a really clever trick. It really is a clever trick. They're still not thinking. Regardless of what we might, what it might look like to us. Yes, now it can pass the Turing test and all that kind of stuff. That's great. But they're still not thinking. They're still not artificial intelligence in that sense. So there are a lot of jobs out there that call for creative minds to come up with putting words in the right order and coming up with clever things to say. And these LLMs can do that. These engines that are out there now can do that. I don't think that really means we're going to have less jobs.
Hannibal, I know that you always are playing with this stuff. Are you using a lot of AI?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you? Is it?
Yeah.
Are you using like ChatGPT to kind of just clean up what you're already doing? Because I tell people this all the time. I said, and people have seen this anyway. Don't use ChatGPT to Google search. There's a big difference. ChatGPT is going to lead you down the path of what you're looking for. It's going to help you expand your idea. It's not going to give you the answers that you need. If you say, I'm trying to do this, it's going to work on that and build you that. It's not going to, even though it references things, it's not a search engine.
Yeah, I use it, and I use it as like a assistant, like a really good assistant. I will yell into it because I use it for, and just throw all of my ideas, and then use as assistant like, hey, can you organize this? And the way I have an 11-year-old, and I'm sure you guys know about this, how the school system and how these students are not retaining a lot of information because they're using it too much. And I preach to my son every day, you cannot let ChatGPT replace your brain. You have to think critically on your own. You can't just use it every 5 minutes when you come across an issue with how to spell something or how to figure something out. Like you have to exercise that muscle with your brain.
How old is your son?
He's 11. Sorry. He's 11 years old. So like he understands the danger of using too much AI. Well, at least I preach it to him as much as I can. But I think AI can take away some of the entry-level positions, the stuff that you can kind of get the AI, get ChatGPT to do. Is that a good thing?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Like moving away
absolutely.
from human interaction. Customer service is really bad. Your customer service chatbots are terrible. they're not effective at all. It's hard to even get to someone to even talk about your problem that you need a human being to talk to. So I don't like that at all. And obviously, if you're online, you're seeing a lot of AI videos, which suck. But it is a disruptor, though. I think it is disrupting several industries. Like if you had a computer science degree, you're having some issues getting a job if you just graduated. So it is disrupting the fabric of society.
The one thing I've noticed about ChatGPT, I want to at least say this, is that it seems to have a foreign language, like an accent of its own, because I can recognize a ChatGPT something now. If somebody sends me something and it was like Kim Cavan had some things sent to her and she's like, "Did you write this?" And they were like, "Yeah." She put it in ChatGPT and said, "Was this written in ChatGPT?" And it spit back yes.
And all you have to do is put a little effort. If you just put no effort and you don't even work on what you just produced output, people are going to start to figure it out. Even the graphics. Sometimes I'll look at someone's either a thumbnail or I'll look like that's someone just typed a sentence, got it, and just said, "Oh, I'm done." Instead of putting a little bit more effort into it, where you can actually make it your own by not just taking the one response, like asking it 5 times to adjust and you can make it your own if you put some human thought into it rather than just, hey, spit it out and then I'll take it on my way.
Yeah. Christopher Taylor said something here. I do want to thank you, Christopher, by the way. But yeah, this is so important. We hit it on every year, guys. This is that time of year, and I don't know about everybody else, but all the years since the pandemic have just felt like a different world to me. I'm just trying to navigate in this new world. But check on friends, check on people. Even just quick check-ins, whatever. Just make sure they're doing okay, because for me anyway, 2025 sucked. I have a way better feeling about 2026. Now, my son went to college this year, and he's already said, he's like, "I wish I could just major in Chat GPT." And I wanted to just backhand him, you know? He's like, "I'm so good at it." I'm like, "You mean it's doing your work for you really well?" You know? But some of his teachers pull the plug on that too. They are very aware. They're actually looking into this stuff now. And they're like, they say overused. You overused Chat GPT.
Yeah.
There needs to be more of you.
The teachers know who knows what they're talking about, who doesn't in the class. So if if the teacher's getting some great report, and then like, hey, this person never raises their hands, it never answers a question. It's like, it's unlikely this person wrote this, so it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of alone in this group.
Everybody's links, YouTube links, are in the show notes here, guys, and will be in the audio podcast too. And for Sean, I put the direct link to the Drivers Co-op. You guys can check it out. Even if you're not in Colorado, check it out. It's in the description. Because again, just like what's going on in Boulder, that kind of thing is like, that's going to move. The co-op thing should move. We need to start like moving these companies. My biggest battle has always been when I brainstorm how to fight these companies best. And now we're seeing some real world pulling the lever and going, screw it. I mean, these guys decided at Big Red F, I think they did one of the most amazing things ever, because they really rolled the dice. They said, "You know what? We will not be on your app anymore." They've had people for years since the pandemic only using Doordash to get food from these places, and they said, "Remove everything today." I think that was a ballsy move. I'm all standing by it. Everybody's been ripped off. Driver, customer, and again, guys, 30% is just what the restaurant partner is losing to Doordash.
Right.
And then the customer loses. Then we know that the driver loses. That was the first thing that went. So these are some ideas. I think I don't know. To me, when I did the podcast, I was dying. I was choking. I was coughing. And I did the audio podcast anyway, because I was so excited after talking to him the other day. So I don't know. I think that I'm not only excited to see where it goes from here, but I'm really excited for the fact that he got 3 more of big restaurants in Boulder to email Doordash and say, just shut us off. Uber Eats, shut us off. Grubhub, shut us off. Obviously, all 3 of these companies are seeing all the restaurants in Boulder leaving. And they'll very quickly pick up on this, and there's no fixing it. They can't come in and say, well, we'll give you half the. No, they don't want it. They don't want it anymore. So it will be interesting for sure. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We will be back next week. We have 2 more episodes left. Next week, we got Kim and Gary back, and then I don't know who for sure is going to be here that last week. But I want to thank Hannibal for coming by too. I just always like when Hannibal's on because he was on for years. Years we did this, and so with that said, you guys, that's a wrap for the week. So until next week, be safe, earn smart, and peace, y'all.
Peace.
Hey, waitress,